Aquí estamos con, es mi compañero favorito, se llama Jens Geiger, ¿Geiger o Geiger? Geiger, que trabaja hace unos largos años en Ficunam como programador. También programa un cine en una ciudad lejana que nunca me sale el nombre, que quien está detrás de cámara, que es Philipp Hartmann, famoso director alemán, es donde es oriundo, donde nació. Pero me gustaría hablar con él, es algo que me implica, pero me gustaría escucharlo a él, que es la programación de los festivales. Entonces vamos a hablar un poco de eso. My dear friend, thank you for being here. The first question that I'd like to ask you is, you have been working as a programmer for 4 or 5 years? 7 years. So, what does exactly means to be a programmer? What a programmer looks for? What implies his presence in a festival? Because it's not just to pick a film that one likes.
Now, first of all, it's like to know your audience, know what your audience knows, what kind of cinema they're seeing, what kind of cinema they're seeing in regular cinema, and then I think it's an approach to broaden their view, to tell them what's out there, to know what's out there, what could be interesting for them, and to present it to them. And on the other hand, apart from the audience, to find new directors, new filmmakers that are interesting, have new approaches to cinema. That's the job, I think.
I think there's always a kind of dialectical movement between working with the known, what is known by everyone, and working from the unknown.
Yeah.
So, how when you think on your section, for instance, how do you perceive that? Because you could push the viewers till certain moments.
Yes.
And at the same time, you have to take care of them on this.
Well, for my section, it's, as you might have experienced as well when you started in Hamburg, that the audience here is not familiar with a lot of what's going on in world cinema, or in cinema in general. And for the Asian cinema, especially in Germany, it's a difficult situation because distribution is not happening for Asian cinema in Germany. So it's very unknown to the audience. So everything I'm screening, I'm programming is unknown in a way. Now after 7 years, there's a base of people who are interested in it, but the unknown is it's like the pool you're creating your program from, because it's always pushing. What we do at festivals is pushing. It's because otherwise we would just do cinema in a regular way. We are pushing all the time, and we are hoping that what connected with us, with the film, will be also able to connect with the audience in a film we choose. And then it's a question of maybe not explaining, but opening a film for an audience. To tell them about why you selected the film. I think it's very important to tell them why me as a person, as a subjective person, selected this film with a certain view, and why I think this film is important for an audience or to be screened in a cinema, especially.
There is something that it's always a kind of. There is a problem with the circle. There's a problem with a certain circle, in the sense that as viewers have a certain experience, which is they just, if they are not cinephiles, they see what the cinema offers. We as a programmers, we can also be in a kind of closed circle, in the sense that we just see what certain festival shows.
Yes.
So what do you do in order to expand your own initial point of view or perspective?
I think the important point is to not only go to the festivals, to the big festivals, but also go to smaller festivals, regional festivals in Asia, in my case, but also to get to know the directors. You know, you have to know what they're working on. You have to know what their process of thinking is, and then you get an idea of where they're heading artistically, and to stay in touch and to meet them in their places of work and to keep in touch. So I think it would be the easy way to go to the big festivals and select the big films, which we also do, as you know. But it's only one part of the program, and the other part has to be, for me personally, the unknown and unseen in a way, the something that hasn't been screened in big festivals, also in order to support directors, because an international premiere at an international festival, it's important, so that's also a job for a programmer, I think, not only for the audience, we're not only responsible for the audience in a way, but also for the directors, for emerging directors especially, I think.
There is something that I like to ask you, just because you have been working on the Asian field for 7 years. What would you be nowadays the 3 most important Asian filmmakers? And tell me one filmmaker that is not known that we should be aware of it, of him or her.
Well, to start off with my, at the moment, I think, favorite country in a way, film culture in a way, it's the Philippines. It's Lav Diaz, which is one of the great authors of cinema right now. Apichatpong Veracetakul is the second one that comes to mind. And then if you go to, that's 2. I have to think now, it's a hard decision maybe.
Hong Sang-soo.
Hong Sang-soo, you could say. I was thinking about Korea with Hong Sang-soo, I think, yes. We could settle on Hong Sang-soo. Those are the 3 that are important to me, that I'd like to program.
And the one that is not known well?
Not known, it's I think, he's a very rather young director still. You know him, but people probably don't know him. It's John Torres from the Philippines as well, who is an amazing director, who is very intelligent in his approach to cinema, who has a very broad understanding of cinema, in my opinion, who's very active also as an author, as a curator, and I think if you should have one, if I have to come down to one director in Asia, you should keep in mind it's John Torres, I think.
Well, thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you.
Bueno, es un gusto estar con Jens. Para mí es un verdadero compañero de trabajo, un camarada del cine, un caballero del cine y un caballero en la vida. Así que bueno, es un verdadero gusto estar con él.